we move on with Professor Giuseppe Aceto with the talk called Power Up Your Engineering CV with Decentralized Application, the master course in computer engineering at University Napoli. Giuseppe is going to share behind the scene journey of designing and teaching a cutting-edge master level course on decentralized application and blockchain. From student feedback to course impact, this talk explores how academic programs can align with Web3 industry demands and help shape the engineers of tomorrow. Let's give a warm applause to Giuseppe.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for the introduction. So, go. Yeah. Yes. Okay, works. Thanks. Okay, so a quickest introduction. Yeah, besides several things about network computing, networking, performance, deep learning, this is my research field of study. I'm here because in 2022, I was tasked with the creation of a blockchain themed course at the master's degree in computer engineering. So this is the story of how it went. So 2022, it was designed, and the first edition was just in September 2024. Those are the times of university. It takes some time to change the course, design everything, get the approval, insert that in the curriculum, and then get it started. And you know that this can be a bit of an issue, because if you plan for something like more than 2 years before in a very dynamic field that is the blockchain related, that can start already outdated, doesn't it? So I'm sure you know this diagram. They're not. We need some power for the computing. So basically, anyway, you can see the message. What has changed since 2022 and 2024, according to this unnamed consulting company that analyzes what are the prospects of new technologies, how they flow through the so-called hype cycle. And you see at the top, you know, that's the maximum of hype, where the technology is far from being defined. Its applications are a bit overinflated regarding expectations. And after that phase, there is this throat of disillusionment. So when the expectations are seen that are not matched actually. After that, we should see an enlightenment phase when we realize what is actually possible, what actually works, and then it goes in production. That should be the last phase. So since 2022, and still in 2024, we can see not much has changed in those expectations. So some of the technologies, of course, you cannot read, but in the last part, there is cryptocurrencies, there is layer 1 blockchain, it's consensus mechanisms. So those are the technological aspects that were deemed more mature and were the same in 2022. So the dots, when you see a white dot, it means they forecasted that in 2 years, that technology will be mature and be in productivity. But as you can see, 2 years passed and they didn't progress much. So they're still 2 years into becoming productive, mature. So I don't necessarily agree with this. This is a proprietary analysis. We don't know the considerations that are behind this kind of result, but it's just a way for me to have a hint of how this is perceived in the more general business area. So what does it mean? That most of it is still experimentation and research. And this is something that universities, academia have been always quite good at. Even though most of people in the blockchain environment may be not fully aware of this, but all the technologies that led to Bitcoin were devised in academic research for more than 40 years of research. And then 15 passed more. Oh, so we are, I would say, we are in the right place. And talking about academic, the course that I designed and teach, decentralized applications and blockchain, just to highlight that blockchain is just one specific implementation of a more general concept that has more to do with decentralization. That is the main goal. And the technical aspect is functional to get to that main goal. And it is part of the Internet and Cloud area of the master's degree in computer engineering. But the nice thing is, doesn't matter which area you choose, you can pick the exams that you want. So if you are in academia and maybe thinking about an Erasmus, so you could come and like follow your passion and also get credit for it during the first semester of teaching in the year. So this is if you're interested as a potential student, but if you are a recruiter, if you're looking for expertise, if you're startupper and you're looking for help in building a team, you can also contact me and have access to the new students that are still learning these technologies. And I'll tell you a bit more regarding this. But the course aims to give this kind of competencies. So understand how the blockchain technologies work from the lower layers in the technical details, and also, okay, the basic of programming smart contracts, but also the more general issues in the design, in development, and also adoption of these technologies. And maybe we can help progress them beyond the pre-productive phase. And so this is kind of a mesh of concepts that are now during the course. And you can see we can broadly group between the programming aspects. We go into detail even in Bitcoin script. So it will be like machine code for the Bitcoin execution stack machine, and also, of course, the EVM. But also, we analyze the actual usage, and you know that DeFi is probably the most advanced part of the actual usage of those technologies. We analyze those aspects. So the governance and also the risks, the attacks, the privacy issues. So it's a well-rounded course around those technologies. It's not just the basic technical details. And I started seeing that it takes a lot of time between designing a course and having it taught, actually. But so I wanted to bridge what I got from the scientific research, academia, that is lagging physiologically a couple of years behind the cutting edge, because couple of years is more or less how much it takes to get a journal paper analyzed and published. So during the course, we have seminars, many seminars of people that are currently working with those technologies. So maybe you recognize some of those. They're part of the organization of Napoli. So they had a 4 hours kind of boot camp on this specific theme, like oracles, and specifically step-by-step deployment with chain link. But also we had people from this cooperative that is exploring the usage of blockchains in let's say, it's not just for the yield. It's not just for profit, but using the financing, the decentralized financing mechanism for good, for other purposes, embedded in the blockchain. So this was interesting. And we also had local projects. Maybe you don't know, but Napoli, this city, has been one of the first in Europe to adopt officially blockchain technologies in the previous government. And this not progressing at the moment, is waiting for political support, but the technical aspect has been explored, and there is an association that is locally, let's say, keeping up with those technologies. And also, maybe you know, Marco Monaco was former in Consensus, is co-founder of a famous L2. He also had asked me anything about DeFi, touching a lot of hot topics at the moment. So we get the insight of professionals on the current situation. And actually the final exam is the discussion of a practical project that the students have to develop. And preferentially, they have to develop a contribution to an existing project. And this is, I'm reporting just 3 feedbacks from 3 students of this first round, this first edition. So I asked for this after they passed the exams. Otherwise, yeah, it would have been too much cheating. But now they had already the numbers signed, so they didn't need anything more from me. So I hope those are sincere, because they're quite good. And so, yeah, this course gave the students the possibility to study at university for exams, and some of them also for the master thesis, some topics that they heard about, not necessarily in academia, not necessarily in technical places, but more commercial ones. So you can imagine the hype and the confusion, but they could get to be experts in this very complex technical field. And yeah, I had a third one. All of them participated, had to develop a concrete project in collaboration. This one, like Brute Funds, was with the cooperative that I said. The other one was on tomato, and NFT was using the chain link technology. So, but they got to participate to events. I encouraged them, I introduced them to those events. So a hackathon and also the Naples hackathon. And those three guys were the winners yesterday of the most prizes of the hackathon. So I'm very proud of them, of course, but also this is kind of a confirmation that our design, our project is kind of working. And so, yeah, I'm done. And so what can give this to you? So, of course, if you're a student and maybe an international student, you could come and have those credits studying stuff that you're interested in. But if you're a startup founder, if you have an interesting project, you can contact me and pitch this project during the course to the students and have the project used as an exam project. So you will have young people, passionate people that are becoming experts technically in this field, and they will participate contributing to your project. So of course, possible research collaborations, internships. So write down my contacts, and thank you for your attention. I'm available for questions.